This is not a good thing, man. Obviously, if you can't get in there yourself there, you follow someone in and then force them to open up the lockers. It's pretty fucking easy. It's obviously gonna do some shit like that. Or like they're gonna get some car or truck and ram into that shit there like they do with the ATMs, some shit like that there. I mean, like, what are the odds that this shit actually has anything valuable and it's worth criminals to steal in the first place? But this giant machine is not the answer to anything. It's the fact that New York City is lax on crime. The bail reform is a fucking joke in here. You need to get rid of that bullshit and start actually punishing criminals for doing something. If word spreads that bad things happen to criminals, trust me, they're gonna fucking stop. The fact that criminals get away with this bullshit and like by dawn is absolutely horrendous. Up to like 50 times, 50, the number of times someone got arrested in this city. That's the most I've ever heard. And like for multiple people as well. 30 times, 20 times, and then like around 450 times. How many fucking times do you have to get locked up to learn your lesson? Apparently never. Apparently never. So what I would fucking do okay, let's just say you're a criminal. You need to like steal to pay your rent, to get your drugs, whatever. You need money some way, somehow for something. Gambling debt, some shit like that. You need money for something. And your job's not paying you enough because they don't want to give you a raise, they don't want to give you tax breaks, they don't want to give you anything, right? You can't afford it, right? You need money some way, somehow. So you resort to stealing. Put it on eBay, put it on whatever real quick. You need money real fast no matter what, right? So you decide to steal because because you can get a whole bunch of stuff stored at your place, and then if you get caught, all the stuff is still in your place, and you get out by dawn, essentially, whatever, right? And then do it all over again. They're not going to confiscate your shit. So you go out there, you steal or whatever, and then you go back out there. You may get a summons in court there, but you don't got to show up there. You may like leave town or whatever, but like let's just say you don't give a fuck about the courts, right? You don't care about someone, you don't care about court, you don't care about none of that. Obviously, 50 fucking times, and the guy's still out there, doesn't matter for shit. So you're a career criminal. You want to steal. You like to steal. What if the new law is every time you steal and you're absolutely 100% caught on camera, multiple witnesses, you are 1 billion% the person who stole something or assaulted somebody or something like that. One of the quote unquote lighter crimes in the city, like jaywalking and littering, you get caught stealing. The cop pulls out a 6-sided die. Yeah, a die. You know, you roll dice? Yeah, a die. 1 to 5. Pick a hand. And whatever number that die casts on there, that is the finger you lose. Right then and there. They put your hand on the vehicle or on a slab or whatever. They roll a die 1 to 6. And then you let the person pick which number is 1. 1 could be the thumb or 1 could be the pinky. It's their choice. And they have luck on their side too. If the die is 1 to 5, that finger gets cut. Like number 3, your middle finger gets cut. Number 2, your ring finger gets cut. One of those things. And then the options get worse and worse and worse the more times you get caught. If for some reason it lands on 6, your hand gets free, and you get a summons in court. That's it. I would think very, very heavily, even looking at a package, knowing that I can lose my fucking thumb. I could potentially lose my thumb for stealing a package? Absolutely. And how about this as this off the top of my head? This is as a bonus. What if a cop gets $1,000 bonus for catching a thief, and then they get their finger cut off there. Not only would that make it so cops actually have to give a shit there and stop staring at their phones all fucking day and actually want to, actually want to do crime, stop crime. It makes it so criminals don't want to steal at all, because now everybody who looks at them will look at their hand to see how many fingers they got. Yakuza members usually don't have a lot of fingers if they fuck up a lot. So if you're a criminal and you lose your fingers, everyone's going to know about that shit. So, yeah. And we're not going to talk about the fucking toes or whatever, too. If you get caught, 6 times, and your finger, you only have 6 fingers, and you only have about roughly 6 fingers left, that's enough to maybe grab some stuff there or whatever. You should be in prison for a long-ass time. And you're still not going to have all your fingers when you get out there. That will make it very difficult to wear gloves, very difficult to lose. It would be very difficult to put on gloves. It would be very, very difficult to, pull the trigger of a gun. That's one right there. If you're caught with gun violence, if you're caught shooting somebody, and you're convicted, you lose your index finger, your pointer finger. You lose that one. That should be number 1. If it's self-defense, you don't lose anything. If you commit an act of attempted murder, you lose your finger. I know in Arabia they do that shit there. So shit. In New York City, there, I don't hear a lot of crime over there. If I do a crime in Saudi Arabia, you're protected. You're in a gang. But I really hear anybody going out there, 2, 3 random people that are doing shit like that? No. If you're doing crime in those countries where you get your shit cut off, no. You're in an organization, bro. You're in a gang. So yeah, I would heavily do that. But I know people would protest and be like, it's too harsh, it's too shit. Something's got to be done, bro. It's too fucking lax. You get all these countries coming over here. If you're from another country and you don't know the laws and shit like that there, you go there, you will be released within a few hours. However, it will be explained in Spanish. If you get caught again, then you go under the new laws of choppy your fingers. So that's my thing. Migrants don't get a pass. They get caught. They get explained in their language. And then they get caught again there. But yeah, let's see what happens now. Black off.